Hello Gemini, my name is Megan and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all things spirituality. My readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. I love hearing from you guys. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the person that is on your mind, Gemini. Who that be? Let's get into it. The person on Gemini's mind, what is going on? Whoa, okay. There's some kind of conflict in your energy right now. Some kind of conflict due to a truth that was said. Somebody really spoke their truth. Let me find out more. There's a lot of, yeah, this energy is heavy. Knight of Wands. This could be due to someone you're interested in or with or whatever the situation is. I'm really getting that somebody told you a truth here about potentially putting you, Five of Wands, putting you in potential battles with other love interests. Yeah, it's like you really had high hopes for this person and then they came in with this player energy. Only really kind of wanting one thing from you. Yeah, Two of Cups reversed. This person had no intention of actually loving you at a very, very deep level. Seven of Swords reversed. This person would do anything they could to stab you behind the back. You could be dealing with somebody who really loves to travel. They also could really love, this is random message, but they could really love like medieval type TV shows. I don't know, that's just for some of you. But this person ultimately at the end of the day is not looking for a deep, loving connection. This person is in and out energy, player type energy, and I feel like maybe you didn't know this about this person, or there's something here where this was kind of a shock to you, this truth. And it has to do with the fact that this person is putting you in competition with other people. I'm going to say it right now, Gemini. Don't you ever let anybody make you feel like you're less than, like you need to compete with others. Ever. Because all that is this person's ego. This person loves having a lot of people. This reading's not going to be for everybody, by the way. Let me just preface with that. But yeah, with that Seven of Swords reversed there, this is the kind of person who honestly enjoys people fighting over them. Which, what does that mean? What does that mean, Gemini? What that means is this person loves the ego boost that they get. They also love the ego boost from coming in and out of all of these connections. You could be dealing with a life path 5, someone born on a 5-day. You could even be dealing with a double 5 with this energy. So I love 5s. I'm a double 7. That's why I'm so into spirituality, all of that, but in numerology. 5 in numerology is the number of adventure, travel. You can't be in one place for too long, which is definitely this person's energy. But it's also the number of sex. And I notice that a lot of 5s tend to have a lot of promiscuous ways about them. I'll say that. And I'm definitely getting that energy with this person. They don't have to be a 5 in numerology, but that's just kind of what I'm picking up. They could also be a life path 1 or born on a 1-day. 1 is typically that CEO, like alpha type go energy. They could also have that incorporated. But you found out there was a truth here. How did you find out? The Empress reversed. This person wasn't treating you right. Some of you may even be with child right now, or maybe having children is something that you're really sort of looking forward to at this point in your life, but you're starting to get really sort of discombobulated by the whole dating scene, if that's sort of what you're wanting at this point in your life, because you keep coming across, you know, people like this. And I'll admit, player type energies like this, they're very prevalent out there in the world today. So yeah, it looks like this person just doesn't have the capability to see a quality person and understand that they're a quality top tier person. It's like this person would rather dig in the trash can for people. And I know that's like the meanest thing ever. And I don't like to be mean to anybody at all, but the energy I'm seeing right now is so egotistical. And again, this is a very specific reading for a very specific person or group of people. This person would literally rather Like, well, we won't use the trash can example. That's kind of mean. But this person would rather, like, go to some random party, just find anybody. They don't have to be, like, cute. They don't have to be pretty, whatever. And they take them home, right? And I'm not saying that this is for everybody, like I said, but it's that kind of energy where you harbor more Empress energy, but they're not treating you like that. So I think what kind of gave you a clue as to who this person actually is and what they've been up to is they weren't treating you right. They weren't treating you the way that you deserved whatsoever. They also could be somebody who loves to party. This too, I feel, kind of freaks you out a little bit, just because, I mean, you never know what's happening at parties when your partner goes without you. And I'm not a possessive person like that, right? We all need freedom within relationships, but not when you're dealing with somebody like this who loves to get an ego boost. Anyways, back to my original question. What is this truth that Gemini found out? The Sun card, 10 of Pentacles. This person could potentially be married, or they could potentially have a connection elsewhere that you are unaware of, and that could potentially also be why this person is sort of coming in not really looking for love, but looking for something more short term. Now again, this is not going to be for everyone. That's just a message that I got. This person could have something else going on elsewhere, and you may have found out about this. How's Gemini feeling right now about all of this? I mean, I can only assume. Yeah, King of Wands reverse. You're feeling like you just wish that they would come riding in on a white horse, or whatever the equivalent is for the female. You're really disappointed by this. This person took a lot of more physical advances towards you, but I feel like you really started to develop a little bit of feelings for this person, but they're not showing that whatsoever. Hermit reverse, you could be dealing with a Virgo. I'm also getting with this that this person was somebody who was very lively in your life, and they could have really drawn you out of your shell. And I feel like that was something that you really enjoyed about this person. However, they're just somebody who loves that ego boost, and they love it not from their favorite cereal. They don't love that dopamine hit from their favorite cereal. They don't love that dopamine hit from the sun and vacations. They don't love that dopamine hit from doing good in work, although they might. They love that dopamine hit from having as many connections as possible. This is a person who literally views that as like cool, right? And in reality, in the spiritual world, like especially, it's not cool, because anytime we're connecting with somebody on a physical level like that, we are intertwining our souls. We're creating a soul tie to that person. We're taking on their karma. We're taking on their emotions. Not only that, it's a very sacred act that, in my opinion, in today's world has been completely convoluted. It's been completely watered down to the point where, oh, let's just do it, right? Like, no big deal. Even though it's literally coming together as one, not to sound too cheesy and all of that. It's something that should be very sacred, and this person goes around, at least it seems like to me, like it's just eating dinner, right? Like it's just eating a meal. And everyone's different. If that works for this person, great. But I'm definitely King of Cups reverse. Yeah, this person is just not showing any emotions at all. Let's get the advice. Actually, how does this person view Gemini? Okay, they view you as having feelings for them. I feel like this person definitely, even if they haven't said it, they definitely view you as having a lot of feelings for them. But not only that, they view you as having a lot of feelings just generally speaking. And I'm getting that they really like that about you, because that's kind of right, opposites attract. That's not something that this person's necessarily good at. So they really, really like that about you. You're the type of person that, you know, if someone's stranded, someone needs help, you're the first one there to help. And that's something that's foreign to this person. They don't really engage in life like that. They're kind of more of a selfish energy, obviously. They're also viewing you as the Queen of Wands. Very go-getter, very, very fiery, also very fun. This person loves how fun you are. Does this person view Gemini as just strictly sexual, or is there, I know that we kind of, with that Two of Cups reverse there's not a lot of emotions, but is this person growing emotions for Gemini? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, they really love how stable you are with money or in your career. And yes, this person in the future, they may decide to get rid of all their options just because they absolutely love the emotionality that comes with you in all aspects of life, not just in love, but it's like you're the kind of person, Gemini, I'm speaking to a few of you out there, you're the kind of person where you would give the shirt off your back to help anybody. Many of you may work with kids or work with the elderly. They also love how abundant you are, specifically financially. I feel like you really have your shit together when it comes to that, or you're getting there. You have a lot of ideas to sort of, break free from the 9-to-5 system. They really, really love that you love what you do, whatever kind of side projects you have going on right now. But even more so than the financial component, they just really love your stability, because this person is the opposite of stability, right? Knight of Wands, 5 of Wands, Two of Cups reverse, like King of Wands reverse. This person is all over the place, but you sort of inhibit this stability that this person really loves to be around. Is this person going to make a love offer anytime soon to Gemini? They just may. Overall energy on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. This person, you're growing on this person. Not that you needed to, Gemini. You are full and whole all on your own. You do not need this person. You don't need a specific job. You don't need a specific house. You don't need a specific car. You definitely don't need a specific person. You don't need this person. You may want them, but you don't need them. But they are falling in love with you, with that King of Pentacles. They're falling deeply in love with you. And you know how I know that? The Empress card also came out. Now, if you remember earlier in the reading, it came out in the reverse. This person was not seeing the value that you actually brought to the table because they were so intertwined with all these other options and all of that shit. But now, they want to celebrate with you. And they could potentially actually want a family with you. And this person may not be there quite yet, but it's coming. This person with this, especially with the 7 of Cups reverse, that popped right out to me, that this person doesn't want to keep living in this player energy forever. And I feel like you're the one that's really sort of inspiring this person to change a little bit, just because of your emotionality, because of how emotional and kind you've been to them. But you've also been there for others, and they've seen it. They've witnessed it in whatever circumstance that is. They feel like you would make a great mother. For those of you that are of childbearing age, they could even fantasize about this, about completely changing their lives from, right? We had that earlier. From sort of not seeing your worth, not seeing a future, not seeing anything because they were so wrapped up in their ego, to the Empress card. Now they're starting to realize that you may just be a divine counterpart. And the reason for that is, I don't know if this person would have went on a path, or I don't think they're quite there yet, but I don't think they would have even thought of going on a path even in the future if it wasn't for you. There's just something about you that this person, you're like an enigma to this person. And yeah, they're going to get to a point, I don't know if they're there yet, where they're going to want to give up their options and really just commit to you, have a family with you, all of it. And it all has to do with your emotions. It kind of like stuns this person because they're not used to that. They may have grown up in a household where emotions weren't very prevalent. And then growing up, what that leads to is kind of an avoidant attachment style, right? What that leads to is this person not knowing how to open up emotionally in a connection. But I feel like you're really inspiring this person to do just that. And this person loves to have fun, have a good time, and they would love nothing more than to do that with you. So this person's really coming around, and it all has to do with you kind of showing them the way and inspiring them. Always remember this too, Gemini. I love to sort of incorporate this into my readings. You are not fully responsible for this person changing. Only they can do that themselves. But what you can do is just be your beautiful self. Be your beautiful emotional self. Care about others. Focus on your stability in all facets, right? Financially, or even just a stable environment, stable attitude. Anything that you want, go after it, just while keeping that emotion. I feel like, too, this is kind of a unique pairing so unique pairings are two qualities in the same person that you don't usually find in the same person. So like someone who's really direct, says what they think, but then they're a sweetheart and really nice, right? That's a unique pairing. Or someone who's sexy and cute. Someone who's funny and sexy, right? Those are qualities, unique pairings. I call them. I listen to a relationship coach. I've been listening to him for almost 10 years now. His name is Matthew Hussey. He kind of dropped that little knowledge, and it always stuck with me. So I definitely want to teach my audience that as well, because it's just very helpful. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys next time.